Welcome back to my channel, everyone. We are here today at Epcot to celebrate the 40th anniversary. I'm gonna go see if we can find any cool merchandise because there's a ton of new merch that dropped for the 40th, and then head over to see if I can get some good food at Food and Wine Festival. So let's head on in. Epcot's really the afternoon and evening park. A lot of people park hop here for dinner and a drink around the world. As we're on our way to the Creation store, I want to stop real quick and Connections Cafe because it's gorgeous. If you guys haven't been in here, it's the perfect place to come get a coffee. It's where this new Starbucks is. It's just so bright and open, and there's so much room. They do only open one side at certain times of the day because the demand isn't there for it, but the kitchens are all open. It's an open concept kitchen. I mean, obviously there's a glass protector, but you can see everything being made. They have a lot of different types of cuisine. Today, we're not doing any of this, but if you want a place indoors to eat, Creations Cafe, definitely the place to come. They also have an entire mobile order pickup area, so you don't have to wait in line. Disney has really ramped up their mobile order areas. It's honestly done wonders in terms of speeding up the process of getting food. As you head out, there's Club Cool over here to the left. Mission Space is over there. And the Creation Shop is right across from it. They released these tumblers for the 50th, and every time I see them I want to get one because they have that like spiky feel to them. $49.99. I have a ton of tumblers that I don't use though. I feel like I would just be adding to my never-ending collection of unused tumblers. They have a ton of new Uni and Burke merch. There's like this Cocoa bag up there, princesses. I love this Haunted Mansion print. I just wish they had it in the backpack like they have over here, which is also new. And then if you haven't seen, they have this Disneyland Paris print. This is the merch that I came to get. 40th anniversary Spirit jerseys. It has Epcot 40 on the back. They're $74.99. They also have wallets, which are $50. They have some bags, which are $85. Little Loungefly bags. They also have a ton of these pins, which are the 40th anniversary pins, but they're from all the different countries around the World Showcase. I love Stitch, so I might have to get this one. They're $17.99. Over here are these Corksicle water bottles, and they're $44.99. Really pretty though. They have the Epcot 40th. These shirts are $29.99. And these pins are $115 each, but they're massive. They also have these $34.99 pins. They have the Magic Band Plus, $54.99. And the cool thing about those, they're synced to the shows here. They'll light up and stuff while you're watching them. Then they have these hoodies here. These are $60. And then they have these zip hoodies, which are $65. And an even smaller pin with Figment on it for $17.99. I actually really like this coffee tumbler. It's $27.99, but it has the date on it of the anniversary, which I think is really cool. Over here they have pass holder merch for the 40th. Some t-shirts. They have these shirts over here. The gray t-shirts are $29.99, and then the pass holder white t-shirts are $34.99, but you get your pass holder discount on top of that. I'm actually gonna come back later. I'll probably stay until fireworks. Leading up to the fireworks, the crowds aren't as crazy in the Creation Shop. I'm gonna stop into Club Cool. If you haven't been to Club Cool, it's this place where you can try all these different Coke products from around the world. It's kind of like the Coke factory in Atlanta. They moved it from near the Land Pavilion. So when they reopened, this place was packed. Like you could not get in. You had to wait in line, and that line was sometimes like an hour or 2 hours long. So if you're thinking about coming here and there's nobody in it, like there is nobody in it right now, definitely pop in. It's cool to see, and I mean it's free to sample all of them, so why not just try them out. These are some of the flavors that they have, and they have the countries that they're from above them. As you walk out of Club Cool, if you turn to the right, it'll take you toward Test Track, Mission Space, and Guardians of the Galaxy. They do have a guest experience team tent set up right there. If you need to go to guest relations for anything, they're a really good resource to use because they're basically mobile guest relations. So stop there first if you don't want to walk all the way to the front of the park. There's a Joffrey's right over there on your way to Guardians. And then there's Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not going on it today because I didn't get a spot in the virtual queue. If you are coming to the park and you do want to ride it, make sure that you set your alarm for like 6:59 to remind yourself at 7 a.m. you can join the virtual queue as long as you have a valid park reservation for the day. If you miss out at 1 p.m., as long as you're in the park, you'll have another chance to join the queue, but those slots are limited and they're only dependent on how many people ride that day. So if they were able to get through a lot of people already, then you'll be able to join the queue, but if not, you'll be out of luck. So try for that 7 a.m. slot to join the queue if you want to ride. If you miss out, 1 p.m., be in the park and check that. If you walk out the other side of Creations, you'll come to Flavors of Fire, which is a barbecue place. I'm not the biggest fan of barbecue, so I'm not gonna eat here, but it is part of Emil's Fromage Montage. So basically, if you go around and eat at all these places and get a stamp, there's a few different options for where you can go, but as long as you get 5 of them stamped, you'll get a little cup of ice cream at the end. I did it last year and it was worth it. Make sure if you want to do that, you grab one of the Food and Wine Festival passports. They're free. They're a little book that you can just take and mark off what you're getting as you go around the World Showcase. It also just gives you a good idea of what they have, because I've seen people wait in line for like 30 minutes and then get to the front of the line and there's nothing there that they even want to eat. So don't do that. Don't waste your time. On the way into the World Showcase, I decided to take kind of the long route and come over here to show you guys the Land Pavilion is over there. Journey to Imagination with Figment is right there in that glass pyramid. The water fountain right there. It's supposed to look like a waterfall going up instead of down to symbolize your imagination. So much of the walking paths around Epcot have been blocked with these walls. Hopefully soon they can get these down and finish the renovations that they're doing. If you're entering into the Canada side of the World Showcase, you'll first come to Earth Eats, and they have a few different really good options. There's the Impossible Burger Slider, which is delicious. The wasabi cream is choice. And then they have the Impossible Meatball, which is also really good. Because I've already tried both of those, I'm actually gonna keep going and look for something that I haven't tried yet. My goal is to try everything at least once at Food and Wine Festival. A lot of the times they repeat different foods that they have year after year, especially the really good ones. As you make your way into the World Showcase and make a right into Canada, because that's the correct way to go around the World Showcase, you'll first come to the refreshment port where you can get really good poutine, and then you'll come to the Canada food booth. Everything at the Canada food booth is delicious. The beef filet mignon is so good. It's the same exact filet mignon that they serve in Le Cellier, which is the steakhouse in Canada here. Obviously, it's a very small portion compared to what you get in the restaurant, but I definitely recommend it. It's delicious. Right after you leave the Canada food booth, you'll come through the Victoria Gardens and you'll enter into the Appleseed Orchard, which you can smell all the apples and it smells so good. This is one of the best places just to relax during the day. There's not usually a lot of people over here. During Food and Wine, it can get kind of busy, but most of the year, it's pretty quiet back here. This is also where Le Cellier, the steakhouse, is. And again, if you haven't tried Le Cellier, it is phenomenal. So definitely, if you see it available, make a reservation for it because you won't be disappointed if you're a fan of steak. Right after Le Cellier, you'll enter through this dark area, which is actually the Canada 360 Circle Vision Theater during the regular year. And then during Food and Wine Festival, they turn it into the Appleseed Orchard. So I had to get the apple crumb tart. It's very sweet. I love sweet things, and even for me, sometimes it's a little bit too much. But if you like apples, you'll love it. And as you can see, this is a really nice place just to come and relax. Not a lot of people know it's here, so it doesn't really get that much traffic. As you walk out of the Appleseed Orchard, you can go up the stairs or you can go to the left and head back by Le Cellier, and you'll pass what's supposed to be a representation of Niagara Falls. And then right in front of you is what's supposed to be the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City. Now that we're walking into the UK, the Ireland booth is right here. And the warm chocolate pudding cake with Irish cream on top is delicious. I really want to get it, but at the same time, I just ate that apple crumble tart, so don't really want another sugary thing right now. There's the tea shop. And then as you make your way to the back of the UK Pavilion, there's this little courtyard to kind of get away. It's pretty quiet, except when they have music, which they do have music throughout the day here. But when the music's not playing, it's a really nice place just to relax. I'm gonna head into the Toy Soldier because I see all this Dalmatian merch and I love anything Dalmatian. So I'm gonna go see what they have. As soon as you walk in, they have all these little stuffed corgis. They're so cute. $18.99. But then to the left is all of the Dalmatian merch. I actually really like this shirt. It says spotted at the United Kingdom. And it's $29.99. They also have a lot of Winnie the Pooh merch back here. A bunch of stuffed Pooh plushes. They're also $29.99. And then quite a bit of Mary Poppins merch. So they have this water bottle here. And that's $19.99. I actually like this magnet. As you make your way out of the shops, there's Rose and Crown Pub right there, which is delicious. It's also a good place to just get a pint if you just want to grab a drink to go and walk around with it. There's the fish and chips place right here. As you make your way up this pathway right here, to the right is the International Gateway, which actually is a walking path to Hollywood Studios. But if you make a left, you're gonna head across this bridge into France. As you walk into France, the first thing you're gonna notice if you come during Food and Wine is the massive lines waiting for the France food. And it's because everything looks so good and everything tastes really good. I've had almost everything on this menu here and you really can't go wrong. Everything at the France food booth is basically cheese or garlic or butter, so it's delicious. As you're walking out of France, this area to the left here is where they do character meet and greets throughout the day. The Brazil booth is right here. And right after Morocco is Greece. The Greece booth is probably where I eat the most because the spanakopita is amazing. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for something good to eat. This is the Japan booth. The teriyaki chicken bun is pretty good and the takoyaki is also really good. In between Germany and China, there's Kenya. And they have this Kenyan coffee barbecued beef tenderloin and peri-peri skewered shrimp. I think I'm gonna get both because both sound really good. This is the peri-peri skewered shrimp, and then this is the beef tenderloin. Both the beef tenderloin and shrimp were delicious. The shrimp had a little bit of a kick to it, but really not that much. And the tenderloin was a little bit sweet because of maybe the coffee flavor that's in it. But the polenta that the tenderloin was on was so good. And I'm sorry that I didn't record myself eating and do a review right there, but I don't actually have my gimbal or a tripod or anything with me today. I decided to pop into Norway real quick to look and get some lefse. I haven't been here in a while, but the lefse is massive. I think it's really good. It's not super sweet. It's a potato bread. Inside there's like cinnamon sugar and butter. It's definitely my favorite thing to get at the Norway bakery. Something I noticed while walking through China into Norway is that the China festival booth is always one of the longest lines, which I never really understood why, because a lot of American Chinese food, you can just get it outside the park. If you're in the park, I recommend trying some of the other food booths. It's not worth it waiting 30 minutes in line when you can go to Panda Express and get the same food. But now that I'm out of Norway, I'm gonna walk through Mexico. The Mexico Pavilion at night is one of my favorite sites in the park. There's a restaurant back in the back, some shops in the square, and then over there is the margarita bar, and they have amazing margaritas. Black Magic, created by Neil Patrick Harris. It's 21 bucks. My favorite though is La Cava Avocado. It's well worth the 17 bucks. And there's no wait for Grand Fiesta Tour, so I think I might go do that right now. There's Panchito, Donald Duck, and Jose Carioca. So here's the pyramid, and the restaurant is right there. This ride is actually like Small World, but for Mexico. They updated it a few years ago to be the Three Caballeros. This way! That's always a fun ride, and it's never too long of a wait, especially later at night. Not that many people know what's back there. Once you leave Mexico, you'll see the Swanky Saucy Swine, which is another really popular barbecue place. After Swanky Saucy Swine is the Noodle Exchange. Everything at the Noodle Exchange is delicious. The spicy Vietnamese pho is so good. And I've heard the Thai shrimp and coconut curry rice noodles are also really good, but I haven't had them yet. After the Noodle Exchange is Hawaii. I've heard that everything here is really good. And finally is Shimmering Sips. They have really good mimosa flights, and this guava mousse is well worth it if you like sweeter things. So I decided to kill some time by riding Figment, but now I only have 15 minutes to go find a good spot for the fireworks. So heading over to the World Showcase now.
All around us, the world is alive.
of my favorite fireworks. I love Epcot. It's my favorite park. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you want more Disney content, please let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing, and let me know down in the comments what your favorite park is, and I'll see you guys in my next video.